Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another video on Modern Warships. I'm The Unknown, and while I was at work today, during my lunch break, I saw that this bundle appeared. The Divine Eagle bundle, which is, it looks like a 6th generation Chinese aircraft by the looks of it. And again, this one is $35 instead of, a whopping 9,000 art coins, which is more than $35. So we're going to see if this plane is bang for your buck. Now, I already have it on my main account. I bought one, during work. So we're going to see if this is worth the price tag. So first off, I want to take a look at, the description and all that. So, a promising concept of a multi-purpose Chinese 6th generation attack aircraft with a tailless glider and aerodynamic design with thrust vectoring. Oh, look at that. So, judging by that, it should have a thrust vectoring animation just like the kill switch has. So, I immediately have high hopes for that. Spoiler alert. Anyways, let's go over the missile battery. So we have the HD-1C, which, the stats are there. We got a Wave Rider UAM, and then the TY-95. Now, before I do this, I want to take a look at the actual, description of the missiles. So if I go to the shop and go to the airplane, does it tell me the description of the missiles? It does not. Okay, so that's kind of bad. Okay, it didn't tell me the description of the missiles. I thought that was going to do that. Anyways, let's see what we got going on here. So, the aircraft has a durability of 7,930. So, judging by this, it's going to have a squadron of 3. It has a speed of 103.6 knots, a maneuverability of 110.5, a radar range of 8 kilometers, an afterburner of 132.6, and an aviation reserve of 15. So, yeah, let's just go in test mode real quick and see what we're looking at here. Alright, so judging by the looks, I do like the looks of this aircraft, and unfortunately there is no thrust vectoring animation, so the devs false advertised yet again. That's a complaint right there. Anyways, let's get a real good look at this thing while the camo is still here. It honestly looks like a really cool aircraft. It's a very sleek design, despite the fact that it's, Chinese and all that. I think the overall look of this aircraft is exceptional. I do like the look of this aircraft. The camera angle on it also is very nice on it, as opposed to the SU-24 Fencer. So yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty good aircraft. Now, let's see what we're looking at here in terms of armaments. Okay, so we have this first missile here. Okay, it's a cluster missile, and it does the most damage. And then we have unguided missiles, and then we have another set of lock-on missiles. I do believe these are anti-air. I'm going to test those offline in a second. But 177,000 burst damage is very promising. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to launch the Divine Eagle plane. Honestly, very good aircraft so far. It has a top speed of about 866 knots. A very nice top speed. And yes, that is an anti-air missile. The question I want to ask is this thing anti-flare, like the kill switch, or is it flareable? And it looks like from the looks of it that the anti-air missile, it is anti-flare, because I did see the aircraft over there. It did try to flare the missiles. So this thing is an anti-flare. It's an anti-flare missile. That's perfect. Wow, so this thing is actually a contender for the kill switch, if I do say so myself. Alright, let's go ahead and launch these planes, and let's go ahead and take care of some of these pesky bots, shall we? Dude, I think we have a worthy contender of the kill switch. Or strike switch, I meant. I think this is a worthy contender of the strike switch. I honestly think it is. This thing has a squadron of 3, though. Unmanned vessel destroyed. Oh, damn, I thought that was a ship, bro. The durability on this thing does suffer quite a bit, though. This thing has very low durability, but it has very high burst, so this is honestly more balanced than the strike switch, in my opinion. Yeah, because this thing has pretty fast reload on everything as well. So, I do think that's a massive plus with this. So yeah, honestly, I think this thing is more bang for your buck. This is honestly a cheaper strike switch, in my opinion. It is overpowered, don't get me wrong, but you also have to realize that this thing doesn't have that much health. It is a Squadron of 3, and, you know, Squadron of 3, low durability. It does the same damage as the Strike Switch. It's also cheaper than the Strike Switch. And as you can see, the AA absolutely shreds this plane. So, honestly, I think that this is better than the Strike Switch. You know, granted, the Strike Switch is more overpowered, but this thing is cheaper than the Strike Switch. It's more balanced than the Strike Switch. The Strike Switch has what this has, but it has more durability. It has way more durability. It's almost like, it's practically impossible to kill this thing if you don't have anti-air missiles or anything like that. So, honestly, I would dare say the Divine Eagle is a better aircraft than the Strike Switch. Now, it is about time that the devs release a cheaper, you know, version, a cheaper plane to counter the Strike Switch. I think that this plane was executed flawlessly in terms of, you know, the bundle and stuff. This thing has pretty good range, too, might I add. So yeah, I think that this plane is a massive W for the, you know, for the community. I think that this is a really good plane. Like, I honestly, my only complaint isn't even about the, like, it isn't even about the armaments itself. It's the fact that this thing says thrust vectoring, but it doesn't have a thrust vectoring animation like the Strike Switch. Not even the F-22 has an animation for thrust vectoring. But I will say that this thing, I think this thing is better than the Strike Switch. It's more balanced than the Strike Switch, all right? It has way more it has less durability. It has an extra plane. That extra plane means that it does less damage than the Strike Switch if it had 2 per squadron. So, you know, this is honestly a more balanced aircraft. You know, it's perfect. It doesn't have that much health. It doesn't go that fast either, might I add. I mean, 800 knots is pretty ideal, but still. And honestly, it's just more balanced, and it's also cheaper than a Strike Switch. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't buy this. If you have $35 lying around, you should honestly buy this. This is one of the very few bundles that I will encourage players to buy, because this is like a perfect aircraft bundle. It has everything you could possibly ask for in an aircraft. Honestly, I have no bad things to say about this, just besides the thrust vectoring thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know your comments and feedback about this in the comments below. I would love to hear you guys' feedback on this. I think that this is a perfect aircraft bundle, and if the devs keep releasing things like this, I will definitely spend more money on it. Anyways, that's all I really had to say. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, peace out.